Hey everyone, AquaTwist here. I want to make a quick filler video about something that's been on the back of my mind for the past few weeks, and with EVO coming up, I felt like I really had to address it before that event starts. Fighting games are one of my all-time favorite game genres, and I feel like I've really been able to love them more with Tekken 8 earlier this year. And my biggest problem with Tekken 8 is the lack of new content. The game came out in January 26th of this year, and yeah, it's probably one of my most played fighting games other than Smash with over 200 hours as of this video. Played Eddy, he's okay, but he came out in April of this year, April 4th. Yeah, literally like months after the game came out, which, you know, is pretty standard, you know. I mean, a base character being in DLC is kind of a red flag, okay, whatever. A few months later after that, we're getting Lidia finally. Recently, as of this recording, we learned, hey, she's coming out on July 22nd. Awesome. One problem. We got the reveal months ago. Yeah, that's pretty slow. I mean, Tekken as a game has a lot of different moves. Over 100 for pretty much every character, so I can understand why it would take a while to develop these characters, right? Here's where the problem comes in. And I understand there's a new stage, that's great, I love it, I love beach themes, the summer, it's been pretty hot right now. But Street Fighter 6, I mean, and I know if everyone's been saying this, but in the time between Lidia's reveal in around May or June-ish to her release in July, we've gotten the 1 in a billion chance of Marvel vs. Capcom coming back in a Nintendo Direct out of all things, with the Fighting Collection coming out sometime later this year, which not only includes Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but nearly all of the games preceding it, like X-Men Children of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes, and yes, X-Men vs. Street Fighter. We got Street Fighter 6 Season 1 done with Akuma, Season 2 announced, and Bison already being released, breaking the game. Like, I don't know, like, I get it, 2 different games, but I feel like Street Fighter 6 is a big problem with releasing content where it's like, yes, there's a lot more to get, there's a lot more options, it's a much simpler game than Tekken, but it's just complete polar opposites. And I feel like Akuma was my most wanted character in Street Fighter 6. And so it's like, oh, cool, yes, this is awesome. I've been waiting and waiting after all these DLCs, and I'm like, they're great. You know, anyone who plays them, more power to you. I'm waiting for Akuma. Finally coming out in May, I get to play him. Oh, and Bison revealed. Oh, no one's really playing Akuma, it's all in Bison now. Great. Are you kidding me? I'm not super mad or anything, like, that's awesome. Like, you know, Bison is fun, I've been playing him, and I like him. I'm not gonna main him or anything, or even secondary, but I like his playstyle, and I like how they tried to change his moveset compared to previous Street Fighter games. However, the problem was that Akuma came out on May 23rd, same day as Thousand Year Door Remake on Switch, and the Summer Games Fest was June 7th. Guess what got shown June 7th? Street Fighter 6 Season 2. I understand, like, the fact that they want to, like, diversify the Summer Games Fest. Having that and Fatal Fury City of the Wolves being shown at the same event, amazing. I feel like fighting games are one of the few esport games nowadays, from what I've seen, that are becoming more and more popular and that people are enjoying. And it's great, you know, they're one of the few, like, rising esports, with EVO getting like 10,000 plus attendees. But let's get back on track real quick. I feel like something like Terry in Street Fighter 6 from Fatal Fury and King of Fighters, like, come on. You couldn't have waited until at least EVO, like the biggest fighting game event of the year, literally the Super Bowl of fighting games? I would argue that EVO is way bigger and been around for much longer than Summer Games Fest, like with that being only here for a few years, with EVO being here for decades. Just imagine, like, the hype, being in the live audience in Las Vegas, you see Terry Bogard on this big-ass screen, everyone would have been just losing their minds, right? And they probably were, you know, at the Summer Games Fest, but nowhere near as, like, how much of an uproar would have been at the EVO venue. Again, I'm not complaining, like, this is hype, like, Terry's coming, Maya's coming, the fact we're getting not 1, but 2 guest characters in Street Fighter. The unfortunate reality of this is, it's literally like Toy Story 2, like that iconic meme. It's like you're playing with Akuma as a new toy, and then this bigger much more hyped toy is coming out with all these cool Tekken features that is breaking the game and making it like almost a new game entirely. Granted, there are people still playing Akuma, myself included, but again, like I feel like with how dominant Bison is as a character and all these other characters to look forward to, it feels like it's been overshadowed after we've been waiting almost a year from Akuma's announcement and the Season 1 Pass announcement to it finally being a thing, and Season 2 has already been confirmed. It definitely feels like Akuma's been overshadowed by Bison and especially the guest characters, which is kind of disappointing, especially since Akuma is just iconic, one of the most fun characters and like longest lasting characters in like all of Street Fighter. I don't know, it's just disappointing. And so another point I wanted to bring up is about a little indie fighting game. You may have heard of it. It's literally just, I don't know, Under Night In-Birth 2? Yeah, you remember when that came out? Days before Tekken? January 22nd. I'm not kidding you, they put that right before the Big Daddy. I feel really bad for the studio, as a, indie game dev, game design graduate, it's like, I really wish they delayed the game to like March or April. And I get it, they're two different audiences, there may be some overlap and that's fine, but unfortunately, I've been so hyped and focused on Tekken that I haven't been able to like sit down and play this game. And then I feel like I'm getting a lot of FOMO with playing fighting games, where it's like, alright, I'm grinding Tekken 8, oh, finally, Akuma's out. Alright, let me take a break for a bit. 1 week later, Slayer comes out. Alright, awesome. I love him. He's so fun. I never thought I'd enjoy him. I've never really seen him before. And then, alright, back to Tekken. Oh, wait, Street Fighter Season 2? Alright, let's hop back on that. And Tekken. And it's like, it's really frustrating. And I get it. I know a lot of people probably are playing multiple of these games. What if you can't? What if you have to pick and choose? It's just really frustrating. And I feel like for people like me especially, you've probably seen me play and talk about a bunch of different games on the channel, like RPGs, which are even bigger than fighting games sometimes, or like indie games, other multiplayer games, and it's like, I would feel like, for me, I would have to sacrifice a lot of that time, which I've already been doing for Tekken, like doing that even more just to make sure and feel like I'm caught up with Guilty Gear content and Street Fighter content at this rate is just, I feel like I'm gonna get burnt out with fighting games, and I don't want that. Granted, they're all different, right? Street Fighter and Tekken, completely different dimensions. Or like, Smash versus Under Night, platform fighter versus anime fighter, and that's fine. And don't even get me started on the two new fighting games that are in the back of my mind constantly. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves and Hunter x Hunter Nen X Impact. I feel like I want to try these. I'm not a Fatal Fury fan. I've never played it, but it looks fun. I played Garo for the first time at CEO. Yeah, I'll try it. But what happens when that game comes out? And Tekken is still getting updates. Guilty Gear is going to have Season 4. Street Fighter will have Season 2 and probably 3 by the time that Fatal Fury comes out. There's going to be at least a solid 4 to 5 huge fighting games that I want to play. And especially with Switch 2 coming out next year, I'm not going to be able to get to that. And I feel like a lot of people would feel the same way. It's really frustrating, and I love this genre. I really don't want to see this bubble burst sort of sense. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. I feel like fighting games are in a renaissance era. We're in this golden age where year-round, if you like fighting games in any way, there's going to be most likely something for you. That's awesome. But the double-edged sword side of that is that if you like multiple of these things, but also play other different games, it's very overwhelming to juggle it, especially as we get older and have more things to worry about and do. It's frustrating having to pick and choose and miss out. I want to support all these developers if I can, but as with most things in life, it's a trade-off. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more discussion videos like this, and be sure to subscribe for future content, including a video about CEO and Street Passes. Alright, I'm gonna get back to some Tekken again, as always, so I'll see you later. Bye.
I'm on a mission, routing up whatever it is I gotta do, routing up to the